temperature elections from sports. Mine goes to the chairman. Chairman, the prize money, the 20 million. I know that you said you'll only focus on the main prize money. I mean, how long will it take? So how long has it taken for you to figure all of that in terms of what the prize money should be, and will it be looked at over time in terms of increasing it with the the standard that we're seeing of life going? Is it throughout the whole contract that you guys have with Betway, or will you be reviewing it anytime soon to probably change it again next season or go a bit higher?
No, we are a league that is benevolent. There is no league in the continent that gives a grant. Whatever money we make in the PSL, for the clearing house, it goes to the clubs. For now, the prize money remains 20 million rands. This is the whole term. It will depend on the factors that might influence, but we always do that because we don't get too much money with the CPI, or sometimes it helps you to have extra money. Sometimes it decreases. So you commit yourself because the clubs are guaranteed the X amount of money, which is not regulated by any rules. It's the benevolence of the league to strengthen the product at the sacrifice of the founding members in 1996. But you cannot have a league that is dominated. You have a league that is unpredictable, which we are seeing now. All because of the people are keeping the money equally. And I said it before that we are not like Spain, where Madrid and Barcelona, because of their stature and status, they get 85% of the income. The rest get whatever. Here, we decided at the time when we conceived the idea to say the money must go to the clubs to keep their players, to improve themselves. More importantly, when they apply the club licensing requirements, we started with the compliance manual first, then we came with the club licensing conditions, which needs extra money to comply with the club licensing. Now it's worse now. If you don't comply, you don't get a license to play. So that's why we cannot, enjoy much to increase. It's going to stick at 20 million rands. It took time to go to 15 million rands, you remember? But we've done very well this time. In a short space of time, then we came back to 20 million rands. Watch the space. In the next couple of weeks, the rest of the prize money will be announced. Number 2, number 3, and the others.
Thank you, Chairman. Let's move on to the next one. Colleagues, please just help me there at the back.
I'm standing here because it's comfortable for me to stand, but the members might not stand there. They're able to stop from the mic there. Unless you want them into the space, then it's fine.
Conan Hans, that's Josie Captions. It goes to the sponsorship. I mean, earlier on we had the chairperson saying the vetting process for all the players. I just want to find out if this is also extended to the mother body for officiating, to say they cannot bring the game into disrepute, especially officials. Because if we find that official maybe it's betting, then we have a serious problem.
Maybe, let's allow the chairman to say that one.
The control of the referees, that's why whenever issues happen in the field of play, Khoza and Taung, what are they doing, we don't control the referees. We are getting a service from the mother body because FIFA has made it quite clear that as leagues, we cannot have a say in the appointment of referees. That is one of the reasons why we've invited, the people who are selecting, who are in charge of the referees, to come and tell the clubs how they select referees, how they do their reviews, of when we're going to get the reports on the reviews. If there's a suspension, let's get the reasons why the suspension has taken place, because we've got few recommendations. Fortunately, we raised this matter some time ago, but we had a joint liaison committee meeting where it was stretched out and we articulated our request. That's why they're coming now for themselves to come in here. Among other things, we'll raise this issue that you're raising now, because we can only communicate to SAFA to say this is the conditions for people to be under these rules and the regime that we are complying with, and the undertaking that we've asked to sign as our sponsor, we must do likewise. So I think they're also equally affected by this undertaking we're talking about today, because they're the most important people, because they are responsible for the quintessential image of the game. They're the main people in that pitch. So it will be very important for them to be compliant, but I cannot impose that. I can only make them aware the mother body, the Joint Liaison Committee structure that is meant for such purposes to be discussed. But they are coming to tell the clubs, and the clubs will raise their own concerns, observations, or factual information they have, and share with them for the first time, which I think I'm happy about that. The AGM's got a fixed agenda, but we said this one, we're going to start with it first, and that's why we invited the media for the first part of the AGM, so that when these questions are asked, we are there to hear for yourself. We're not going to protect anybody. We're going to make sure that everybody is open to talk. We're not insulting the rebels. A lot of rebels, they've got integrity. It's not an easy job to do, but they're doing their best to make sure that they maintain the image of the sport the best they can. They are human. But again, we'll be there also to do an adjudication when the question asked and information given to us, because we don't know how appointments are made. We have stories and that stories and that story and that story. Same with you as a media, because stories that we hear. Stomp is there, Stomp is there, Stomp is there. We'll be all in the house. That's why we invited you to be in that meeting, the first session of the AGM, to participate with your ear.
All right, we'll take the next question. I think we've got some at the back. I can't see.
Yes, yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Chairman Benjamin Urenda, freelancer. I understand you said you won't go into details concerning the number 1, 2, and that. My question is just the Q innovation. Do we still have the Q innovation in this sponsorship?
Yes, sir.
Sweet and short, thank you. I think there's another Benjamin as well. Benji to Benji.
Hey, Benji, I'd like to see your face, man. No.
Please stand up.
I only see you on TV, man.
Thank you, Chairman. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Chairman, I couldn't help but notice that the talks were rather protracted. I mean, 7 games into the new league season is a bit unusual. Is there any chance that there is a link between that and perhaps the sponsors needing assurance from you and influencing your decision to stand for another term as chairman? Is it just for stability within the structures? Has there been that sort of conversation, especially from Bedway as the newcomers? Thank you.
Well, they don't have the choice, They're paying the cards they are dealt with. So that's why the jury's out, on the 13th of November. That is the assembly that's got the power, nobody. It's like in the field of play, with the match is on. Even President Cyril Ramaphosa, he can't go into the pitch if he doesn't get permission from the referee. The referee must say yes or no. The Premier, and myself as chairman, I've got no say, the VOC commander, anybody, match commissioner, the referee. So the arbiters are the people that were meeting on the 13th. They indicate what is their feeling. So, yes. Sponsors, they can have a wish, but the wish can go here to there, it doesn't end. Because the members there, they know what they want. And with elections, we just saw now what's happening in America. They spend $6 billion, for the campaigns. For the appears that there's no campaign of the money sought, it's a campaign about, what is good for them, what they did not like in the last term and things like that. So let's wait for the outcome and see what happens.
My sister there.
Rosipakateve from ACBC News. My question is directed at the South African Responsible Gambling Foundation. Smokile, you noted that you're seeing trends in schools where young people are doing online betting. Talk to us about the trends, the other trends that you're seeing, if any, around gambling disorder.
Generally, there's an increase in people that are gambling, and I think one of the key
fixtures, I suppose my question relates to that with the issue surrounding one of the member clubs, Royal AM. The Exco made a decision a few weeks ago relating to its reserve league, but with the Court of Arbitration for Sport, with, kicking out their appeal, is it something that you are now looking into? It's been dragging on for more than a year now. I'm just interested to see how the executive committee is approaching that scenario at the moment.
I'm happy for that question, Mazola. I think members will appreciate for the first time if I give this explanation. Now, in terms of the DRC matters is mainly about contractual disputes. We've got our own local DRC. We've got a FIFA DRC. There was a regulation or a circular that was circulated some time ago that all contracts with international dimension, they must be referred to FIFA. So the matter of Royal AM, because the person that was complaining is a foreign player, unbeknown to us as a league, the matter was channeled directly to FIFA. When the results came, we read in the media. It was only subsequently after the case outcome that for the first time we got to know that what are the issues. There was a workshop that took place between FIFA and SAFA to discuss the issue of the DRC. The DRC that we've constituted in the country is in line with what is required by FIFA, because it's informed by the collective bargaining agreement that we signed with the Players Union. That they've got a certain number of people on the DRC, and we come with the same number of people with the independent, what's called chairperson. So that FIFA was so much appreciative of the effort that we have made. What remains to happen that we avoid this corridor that don't help us to plan as things are developing. That you must be accredited with a letter coming from the National Association. We've discussed with the association about that. That you must have this, because what they're asking for to do is FIFA as approved also. To say that a panel of arbitrators, that even the Players Union has made an input insofar as those people are concerned, to adjudicate on all the matters of contractual dispute. Coming back to this one, we discussed it last week, for the first time it came to our notice. It appears there was also an effort on the side of the team to take the matter forward. We're waiting for the report back, from SAFA, because they sent us a copy of the referral, back to FIFA. As to the outcome, I can't say at this point in time. But it's unfortunate because when a ban happens knowingly at the time of it happens, we have to track the clubs and remind them that the outcome of this judgment said you get a window period of so many months until you pay. While the thing is still open, it means you can't register players. And this time came at the wrong time when the players now, it was the beginning of the season, they're above age, they've moved to other clubs, and they cannot fulfill the fixture of 7 players. In the days when I used to play with 7 players in the field of play. It was allowed. Even now it's allowed, I think. But it's not good for the image of the game. But if we knew at that time, we could have advised, because the ban also had to write to SAFA to get an explanation, that the ban is across the board in all structures of football in that country. You can't. It was an effort by the club to get players from their development structure in the SAFA structures. But said they can't use that. They are completely shut out. So it's a matter that is on the table for now. We are waiting for the report back of the appeal that has been made. Maybe we can give better information after that. But the secret is that if we formalize the structure of the DRC, which we have already started, it's working very well. But some of the coaches, some of the players, they take advantage. They go to FIFA direct. We don't know about it. Because we always find a way of doing it speedily. It should not take this long and delay the process for everybody, and cost pain for everybody. But as soon as it comes to our table, we resolve it as best we can. And we did also call the club into the office to make them aware, ask them how best we can help, because I always say to my member clubs, when I shake hands with him, I say to him, I've got 16 teams in the Premier Division, 16 teams in the Multiple Foundation Championship. I cannot finish a season with 15 teams. That's bad business. Because even the media they're buying on the 16-team league. Even the supporters, they are playing on the 16-team league. Everybody's playing against the 16-team league. So it's very important we finish the season with 16 teams. So if this thing happens and somebody defaults in the process, not because of the defaulted, because of how the system works, it becomes problematic. But we do our best that every season we finish the league with 16 teams. And that is why to the question that is asked by the media, why are you encouraging setting up statuses? As a league, we are responsible in protecting the history of any particular team. Because it's very important. And that's why I said to Lawrence, fortunately, back in my days, we're supporting the same team, Highlands Park, back in days. So I said, it's very important that the history of Highlands Park has been protected. That's why the team of Victoria Caddies, Bloemfontein Celtics, all those teams, Bushbucks and whatever, need to be protected. Then what we do when there's an offer to say, I cannot afford, I run out of pocket, we say, let's go to the community where the team is based. Are there any takers? If there's no takers, you cannot say because there are no takers, then I can't start with the 16 team, I must stay with the 15 team league. It can't be. Because the Constitution talks about economic activity. It's provided in the Constitution. So you cannot restrict. But if a guy buys the state and says, I want to have my headquarters in KwaZulu-Natal, Limpopo, we can't say no. It's the Constitution. But we do the right thing first by preserving the history of that club. Try and keep it in that neighborhood. So unfortunately, we don't have too many people with deep pockets who can fund the team in the respective provinces of the country. So to your question, we're waiting for the feedback, then we're going to be coming back with an answer afterwards. I don't know if I satisfied the question. I want to take chances.
I must say that I think Mr. Chairman's analogy around alcohol is exactly relevant and pertinent to betting. I think that there is nothing wrong with betting, but there is something wrong with over-betting. And I think that that is a very, very good message. And I think that it's part of the message that I want to deliver today. Firstly, good morning, everybody. It's so great that everybody is back in this room. It feels for me like a deja vu. It feels like I was here a couple of days ago announcing the sponsorship, and it's a real honor for me to be here. I think you'll all agree that the first 6 or 7 matches that we've had so far have gone really well. I think that our branding has done very well. I think Lisa Gazzini has been accepted very well by the football community and fans. And I think the only way from here is up for us. So it's been a great start. It's also made it, I suppose, even better start with Pirates winning 7 in a row. But that's how it goes, and maybe not for everybody, but certainly for Mr. Chairman. I'd like to acknowledge, firstly, the Chairman, Dr. Irvin Khoza, Madam CEO, Mato Madlala, the Executive Director of the South African Responsible Gambling Foundation, Sibongile Similana Kuntana, the PSL staff, my staff, and representatives from the South African Responsible Gambling Foundation, and yourselves, the media. As you might be aware or not aware, November is Responsible Gambling Awareness Month. and an opportunity for us as Betway, the proud sponsors of the Betway Premiership, to ensure that we continue to act responsibly as a leading global sports betting brand, to educate our customers and the South African public about responsible gambling. Our commitment was recently recognized at the 20th anniversary of the South African Responsible Gambling Foundation Gala Dinner, and Betway was awarded the Best Responsible Gambling Operator Messaging and Marketing Campaign, and which we think is an amazing achievement that we are recognized as that, and that our commitment is clear in all our messaging across the Betway Premiership broadcast on SuperSport, the games on SABC, the LED perimeter boards, and advertising all over South Africa. I'm going to just deviate for 1 second. If you watch EPL games on DSTV, you will also see Bet Responsibly on the electronic LED going around. So it's not just from a South African perspective, it's from a global perspective that we are putting a lot of effort into betting responsibly and getting that message out. What's also important for you to realize is that we pay a lot of money for that LED. So what most companies would do is they would just put their brand there. We are spending a good chunk of our budgets on the betting responsibly betting responsibly message. Okay, so it's costing money and we are spending money to get that message out there, which shows our sincerity. I also want to point out that we want our customers to have an enjoyable experience when they interact with our platform, and we also want to provide all possible options to avoid customers overextending themselves. Some of the responsible gambling messages that we've come out with, and I'm going to give you 6 different messages. I think Mr. Chairman alluded to one of them. Don't chase your losses. Take a break and try again later. Bet what you can afford. This, I think, is the biggest one of all. Only bet money and disposable income that you can afford. It does not help you to take money out of your overdrafts and credit to bet. It really does not help. Stick to a budget. You know, in life, nobody's prepared to work out how much they want to win, but they also don't work out how much they're prepared to lose, or how much they're prepared to invest in entertainment, a drink, having fun, placing a bet. And I think that is really, really important. Also time limits, set a time limit, have a flutter, don't lose track on time, because I think that when you lose track on time, that's when you start investing more than you'd like to. Understand the risks. I think a lot of customers think everything's a sure bet. Okay? There's no such thing as a sure bet. Last night, I'll give you a great example. Sporting beat, was it Real Madrid? City, 4-1. Real Madrid lost 3-1. They were sure. Everyone was certain they were sure things. Okay, there's no such thing as a sure bet. And then always keep it fun. Betting should add to the thrill and entertainment, but it should not be your prime reason why you sit and watch a match, just because you have a bet on it. So as a business, we have numerous options available that customers can engage with us on responsible betting, and they can get in touch with our call center. We have a very strong social media channel on the Betway app. They could also self-exclude. So at any time, very simply on our websites, customers can go in and they can exclude for periods of time. As a business, we are very strict with this. If a customer excludes for a month, we don't open it after 29 days. If they exclude for 6 months, that is it. There's no way back. The 6 month will remain. And there is no flexibility on self-exclusion. In addition, the South African Responsible Gambling Foundation has many programs which I'm sure Sibongile will touch on. And I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the huge work being done by Sibongile and her team. And we really thank you for being here today to support our message to South Africa. We work very well hand in hand with the South African Responsible Gambling Foundation, and we actually seek opportunities. In fact, we found another opportunity this morning in our private discussions to work with her team and to educate the South African public about responsible gambling. We have also engaged with the PSL, as mentioned by the chairman, that any current players and coaches are not betting on games on our platforms. This is a priority for Betway, and we will police this as best we can. We are also having similar conversations with SA Rugby and the Betway SA20 to do the same checks. I would like to reiterate our commitment to responsible gambling awareness and stress, and this is very, very important, we do not derive any joy from a customer losing more money they can afford. Okay, it's very, very important. People think, the gambling companies, keep losing money and they're making money and it's all cool. Really, and I can tell you this from the bottom of my heart, we do not derive any joy from this. Our thing is we'd rather have lots of customers losing a little than a few customers losing a lot and damaging themselves. Our aim as a business is to provide, and this has always been our stated aim, to provide great online entertainment that can be responsibly enjoyed by our customers, and we stand by this. I'd also like to extend a call to other brands in our industry to commit to increasing their messaging around responsible gambling. This cannot only be done by one or two brands, and to keep driving awareness that there should be help when customers need it. This is a very important call that I'm going to make right now, and we're going to extend a call to all gambling regulators in South Africa, the DTI and the government, to assist in ridding South Africa of all illegal operators, companies who are not licensed in this country but yet take money out of our economy, put very little back from a responsible gambling position, make the South African Responsible Gambling Foundation's job very hard. And we need government to assist in getting rid of this scourge. In the meantime, we worry about ourselves and we worry about making sure we're a responsible company. Thank you for your time, and please remember, winners know when to stop. Thank you.